fun, easy way to add texture to your knitting? Hi, I'm Sarah from Sarah's Craft Corner. Let me introduce you today to the Bobble Stitch. The Bobble Stitch is a very fun, easy way to create beautiful texture and sometimes add a pop of color to any knitted garment. It utilizes increases, knitting together, and short rows, but it's super easy to learn. Let me show you how. For the Bobble Stitch swatch that we're doing today, I'm doing a color one. So I already have my previous row set up with my contrasting color where my Bobble Stitches are going to be. So first I'm just going to knit really quickly until I get there to the first stitch. And here we are at our first stitch for our Bobble Stitch. I'm going to take my contrasting color. I'm going to go in the front loop to knit, go through knit. Before I slide it off the needle, I'm going to move it around to the back and go into the back to knit. Pull that through, and once again, I'm going to go into the front of that stitch, knit, and pull it through. And then we're going to slide it off. We are increasing 3 stitches. Then we turn our work, and I'm going to purl this row. These are our short rows. So we'll be purling, making sure that we keep our edges nice and tight, because if they get loose, it doesn't look quite right. We're going to purl all 3 stitches. Then once we get to the end, we're once again gonna turn our work. And now I'm going to knit these 3 stitches again, pulling that tight to keep our edges nice and neat. I'm going to continue knitting. Again, we're gonna turn our work. There's a lot of back and forth in the Bobble Stitch, but it's fun. We're gonna purl these 3 stitches one more time. Going carefully, making sure our edges look neat. And turn our work. And now instead of just knitting those 3 stitches again, I'm gonna grab my main color. I'm gonna go through the loops of all 3 stitches at once, and I'm gonna knit them together. That is gonna create our Bobble Stitch. Push it through with our finger a little bit, and then I'm gonna continue knitting in my pattern so that way it stabilizes our Bobble Stitch. And then we can just shape it with our fingers a little bit, make it nice and bobbly, make sure it's all on the front side and not on the back. And I'll show you again just to go through it quickly. We go in it to knit, through the front, then the back, and then the front one more time. Slide that off so we have our 3 stitches for our bobble. We turn and we purl those 3 stitches only. And then we turn our work once again. We knit those 3 stitches, making sure our edges are nice and tight on our short rows, and we continue on. Sorry, my yarn was really tangly, but we got through. And then we will turn it once again and purl those 3 stitches for the last time. When you're doing this with just one color, you don't have to worry about when to switch colors or setting up the row. But if you're using it as a pop of color, always in the row previous, put like in the row previous, Always set it up so your bobble stitches are going to be your contrasting color, and always do your knit 3 together with your main color. That helps keep everything in the bobble. Let me push it through, and then I'm just gonna knit those last 2 stitches to make sure that it's stable and not gonna creep out to the side. And as you can see, we have our cute little bobbles. From the back, it has no bumps or anything, so it's great for adding to anything. And that's the bobble stitch. As you can see, it's a beautiful way to add texture to your knitting. I added it here in my Bobble and Seeds headband. Pattern will be coming out soon. And also, it's a great way to add pop of color too if you do the bobble color changes, as I did in my Twisted Rainbow headband. I really hope that you enjoyed our video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.